Hey, thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel. Of course, I want you to subscribe. Seriously, this is fantastic content and it's very, very relevant. So thank you. And we're starting a new series called The Wisdom Factor. The Wisdom Factor. It's really important. When we think about wisdom, I think it's really valuable for us to consider that wisdom is not a synonym with Google. And wisdom is not a synonym for YouTube. I don't know about you, but there's a lot of things like I have YouTubed to figure out how to do something. I mean, you can YouTube pickleball, you can YouTube cleaning, you could YouTube find out all kinds of helpful information, same way with Google. But the reality is, wisdom is not the same thing as either Google or YouTube. And I would propose to you that there's also differences in the kinds of wisdom. Some of us have natural wisdom in terms of, for me, I think that I have some wisdom affinity, talent ability maybe, with languages. For some of us, we have more athletic abilities. For some of us, we're gifted maybe in math and we have wisdom in that. It's a natural ability. But I think that when we talk about wisdom, when we talk about it in terms of God and asking God for wisdom, that's a different scenario than just human information, thesaurus, with synonyms, or dictionaries, encyclopedias, Googles, or Wikipedia for that matter. But those are helpful things, but it's not necessarily wisdom. And I think all of us need wisdom. I need wisdom, not only navigating my marriage, not only navigating my kids, not only navigating some of my relationships, stuff at church, stuff in my neighborhood, stuff with friends. I need wisdom about myself. There are times when I don't understand myself. Why do I think this, feel this? I need wisdom. And I really believe this. It's an interesting chapter. If you ever are inclined, hop over to Proverbs chapter 8. Because it's a very interesting chapter. It's the only chapter in all of Proverbs. Proverbs is known to be the wisdom book, right? It's wisdom of Solomon. But Proverbs chapter 8 is written, almost all of it is written from the first person, I, wisdom. I, wisdom, talk with you, the sons of men. And talks about how and where wisdom speaks. What does wisdom say? And how does wisdom help us and make us to be successful and give us the leg up, go the extra mile? I mean, wisdom talking to us. And so I think probably you might be watching, listening, and thinking maybe you need wisdom in some decisions that you've got to make. What's the wise choice? Nobody wants to sign up and be the stupid one or the foolish one. We want wisdom. Maybe you're watching and you're like, I need wisdom in some of my conversations. I need wisdom in how I think about things, what I feel. I need wisdom in terms of a new season in my life. How do I navigate this season? Some of you watching, you're like, I just had a baby, and I'm like, woof, I need wisdom here. And some of you got some bad news from a doctor, and you're like, I need wisdom on how to process. And so we all need wisdom. And if you think, well, I don't need it really right now, but I would propose to you that you probably need wisdom for your future, wisdom down the road. And I would say this, I think it's smart for us to cultivate hearing ears that we can hear wisdom and that we ask for wisdom. So I want to leave you with this verse. It's in James 1, verse 5, and it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, and honestly, you and I, we lack wisdom. I know I lack wisdom. And to say that I don't lack wisdom, I don't need wisdom, is foolish, right? It's inherently is a bad trap, like a really bad trap. So if any of you lacks wisdom, which would be like all of us, I never heard anybody say, please keep me foolish and stupid. I love my ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. Not entirely, especially when you have the results of ignorance. Not good. So let's go for wisdom. And wisdom, let him ask of God. Let's ask God for wisdom, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. So in this series, we're doing the wisdom factor. And we're going to see some things about wisdom as it relates to our daily living. We're going to see some things about wisdom from God. We're going to see some things about different kinds of wisdom. So I just encourage you to kind of keep your eyes peeled, and thank you for subscribing, of course. And if you hit the notification button, you'll get the next when we post this next episode for this series, you'll get a notification for that. And of course, you want to get that. So thank you again for subscribing. And here's a question I would like to ask you. And you can answer this in the comments. Thank you so much. I love it when I read your comments. I'm like, ooh, that was cool. Ooh, I like that. Then so really helpful when you answer these questions. So here's a question that I want you to think about. What area of your life needs more wisdom? And please don't say all of it, because that's kind of just, broad strokes is not specific. What area of your life needs more wisdom? Maybe it's self-control, maybe it's your finances, health, scheduling, time management. There's all kinds of things. For you specifically, what area of your life needs more wisdom? And finally, woohoo! One of the best things of the whole series that we love, I say with tongue in cheek, is our jokes here at the end. Fantastic jokes. Not entirely, but hey, recently I drank some brake fluid, and now I can't stop. I know, super bad, but next week, of course, will be much better. Thanks.